Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. Today, for reading, we're going to be talking about key details. Key details are the important parts of the story. They're everything that happens within the story that's important that you want to remember. So it's things like what happened in the story, the events that are happening, who is doing these things, who are the characters, who's in your story, and what did they do? Were they going somewhere, or were they coming from somewhere, or were they meeting other people within the story? And then also, where did the story take place? Did the story just have one setting or location, or did they move from one place to another, and when did that happen? So it's all of the details and all of the things that happened in the story that made that story interesting to you. And those are all the things that we want to remember, the important parts. So this is the example that I showed because everyone loves Cat in the Hat. I feel like a lot of us have read this book, and we probably all really love it because this is a very tricky cat. He's very mischievous. He loves to have fun, but he also loves to cause trouble. So when I was thinking about those key details that I remembered from the cat after reading The Cat in the Hat, I remember that the story started when it was raining. And it was raining and the children couldn't go outside. They had nothing to do. They were so bored. You know how it is when the weather's really bad and you have to stay inside all day and you can't go outside. That is no fun. So, what happened after that? I thought to myself and I was like, the Cat in the Hat came in their house. And he started creating all sorts of fun, but he's also started making a big mess and causing lots of trouble. So I remember that he brought thing 1 and thing 2 into the house, and they started making an even bigger mess. After that, they realized that they would have to clean up their mess. They were like, we are making a big mess. We have to clean it up. And so he brought in his machine, Cat in the Hat. He brought in his cleaning machine. They cleaned up the whole house just in time for the mom to come home. And so those were 4 key details that I remembered from the story. I remembered that the children couldn't go outside and play, and the Cat in the Hat came and brought thing 1 and thing 2, and then they cleaned up their mess, and then the mom came home. So those were some really important parts of the story because they changed the way the story was happening. So what you guys are going to do today is practice. You're going to grab a picture book, any picture book. It can be one that you can read on your own or one that your mom or dad or someone is going to read to you. But as you read, you're going to be thinking about those key details or what's important to the story. And so I want you to do this after every page. You're going to be asking yourself, what is happening in the story right now? What did I just read? What just happened on this page? Are the illustrations or the pictures, are they telling me anything about what happened? Do I think this is going to be important? And will I want to remember this later? After the story is all done, what are you going to remember that happened in that story? Just like how I remembered how in The Cat in the Hat, they made a mess and they had to clean it up. And then the mom came home. There was all of these things that happened. And I wouldn't be able to leave one of those things out explaining the book because then it wouldn't make sense and you wouldn't know what happened in the story. So I can't wait for you guys to practice this, and I hope you have a good time really thinking about those key details, and I will see you guys tomorrow for reading.